All right, guys, welcome back to Standard 7. This is the first standard of the immune system. So once this is over with, make sure you go back and review the circulatory system and the respiratory system so that you're ready for the test that'll be coming up here shortly. To start out with Standard 7, we have to talk about the structure and functions of the immune system. So the functions are actually pretty simple, where your integumentary system does a really good job of keeping most stuff out. Once something comes into your body, either through one of the natural holes inside of your body or through an artificial one like a cut, your body needs to then destroy and kill those pathogens so that they don't destroy your body. And so the immune system basically hunts those down. It does that by producing white blood cells in the correct amounts and producing antibodies in the correct amounts. It filters out organisms that could also cause diseases. So these are larger like amoebas and things like that you might not be able to break down like bacteria, but it'll still get rid of them for you if they get into your body. All right. A couple of the systems, parts of the system that do that for you that you need to know are specifically the tonsils, the lymph nodes, and the white blood cells. We're going to break all those down really quickly, but just so you understand, the immune system is far more complex than what we're covering it today. The immune system it's like when you look at streets. You see the light stands, you see the cement, the curbing, you see all the lines and everything else that's there. That's all the outside stuff. That's all the stuff you know about the human body. What most people don't realize is that underneath your street system, there's this matrix of tubes and filters, and everything underneath the street has to be perfect in order for everything on top of the streets to work. And that's what the immune system is to your body. As long as your immune system is functioning great, then you can focus on your respiratory system and you can worry about your weight and your skin and all those other things. If your immune system is done, you're in a hospital, right? If your immune system isn't functioning, you're out of service. And so that's kind of the way the immune system gets treated. Even again, there's only two standards on this, and there was three on the respiratory system. Even in the medical field, we don't spend enough time focusing on the immune system. And so I'm going to go ahead and pre-apologize you for giving you just the littlest bit of this, but that's why there's a bunch of videos below these pass-offs. Check those out to get that full breadth of what's going on in this immune system. All right, so tonsils, very simple. The tonsils are just basically lymph nodes, and we'll talk about those in a second, but they're just fancy lymph nodes that exist in your mouth. They get inflamed, specifically the pharyngeal tonsils, also known as the adenoids, and these are ones that you get removed. If you think of your immune system as your fighting force, these tonsils are basically early warning systems, kind of sentries. As you breathe in or eat or drink pathogens, they go by these tonsils, and your tonsils get your immune system up and running really, really on time to make sure that they are good to go. Okay, next up are lymph nodes. Lymph nodes, if you think of this as a fight between your battle, your white blood cells, and their invaders, lymph nodes are your castles, and they exist all over your body, normally in areas where you have pits, so armpits, elbow pits, groin pits, knee pits, and then throughout your digestive tract, just convenient areas to put these. And this is where you bring back all of those invaders and destroy them inside of these lymph nodes. So you pick up invaders through these lymph vessels and take them back to the lymph nodes. And that's where the fighting really happens. It's why if you're sick, your doctor will check your lymph nodes to make sure that they're swollen. If they're swollen, then he knows that there's an infection or something that your body is fighting in these lymph nodes. And then that leads to a better and more accurate diagnosis. Got it. All right, white blood cells, as you can see here, white blood cells literally hunt out and build up your immunity. So that's a phagocytic white blood cell that's going out there and literally face-to-face fighting infections. You also have different types of white blood cells that make antibodies to help you fight off infections and gain immunity. But white blood cells are there's a whole bunch of them, but they're the functional cells of your immune system. They're the things that go out there and actually fight the pathogen and actually give you your immunity and all of your defense mechanisms. All right, so get those studied, and this pass off should be pretty quick for you. See you.